welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to talk about my DMV journey. Alright, so if you are interested, then keep on watching. By the way, before you forget, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to your friends, especially your friends from California. So if you are going to take an exam to California DMV, then this will be helpful for you guys. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so first step is I called the hotline number but no one answered. What I did was to go to the DMV office and tell them I'm going to take my written exam, my knowledge test. And they asked me for ID or something like that. And then she said to go to the computer and then fill out everything about your informations. And then right after that, come back to me. That what she said. And then right after that, she will give you a number. And then the number will gonna call you for your DMV test. After they call your number, so you're gonna go there and then pay $38, which is I think 38 questions, so $1 per question. So that's how it is. So yeah, and then do a picture taking and then thumb scanning, and then she said, okay, you're ready to go to take the exam. So go to the computer. Be sure you don't have any phone beside you. Everything is, in your bag. No cheating, study, alright? So that really helps me a lot in remembering all the question and answer that I'm watching on YouTube, and really helps me a lot. And for example, there are questions that are not familiar to me, so I write it down. I write down in my notebook. But mostly of the questions that came out to my exam is to the YouTube channel that I watch. That really helps. And don't be scared, because there are 3 times that you're going to exam or to take the exam, the written exam. Don't worry if you fail the first time. Don't worry, there's a second time and there's a last one, which is the 3rd time. And if you failed, you're going to pay again $38 and do back to 0. Alright, so that's how it works. And then right after that, I passed one time. I believe I only had 2 to 3 mistakes in my exam, because I really studied hard in that exam. So I'm really prepared about that. Relax your mind and pay attention to the question, because the question is like a board exam question. It's so tricky. Yeah, so that really helps me a lot in remembering because of that YouTube videos. And yeah, and then right after that, and I'm like, the computer says congratulations, you passed. And then I told the DMV person like, oh, I passed. And she said like, oh, go to window number 8 or 9, I believe. So yeah, I went back there and she gave me a paper like, oh, you have already the a paper that states that you are able to do driving lesson or something like that. But if you are below 18 years old, you have to have someone. If somebody were gonna teach you how to drive, if you're gonna use their car, you have to have them beside you when you do practice, not by yourself, because it's very dangerous and it's against the DMV policy or rules, or it's against the law or something like that. And then if you're 18 and you know how to drive already, but you don't have license yet, but you're using the car, it's not advisable, okay? I went to a driving school. So the driving school I went is Miller Driving School. So here in Cathedral City. So I went there. So I actually already had my driving test before, but I failed and I wasn't to do it again because I don't have time to do it again because it's already like almost going to expire for my paper to take a behind the wheel. And yeah, so I decided to stop for a year, and then when the summer comes, I feel like, oh, we really need a car, really, because it's so hot, like 120 degrees Fahrenheit, so kind of like 45 degrees Celsius in the Philippines. So it's not funny going to work and it's so hot, and you have to have a car. So in America, guys, car is not like, oh, you're already rich because you have a car. No, it's a necessity. For me, it's a necessity because what if you work too far from your home and you only do bus or Uber or Lyft, it's good, but it's a waste of money. You're spending much more money to Lyft and Uber, and it's not good at all. And then after that, guys, I went there with my husband. I enrolled 3 classes, which is $95 per 2 hours. And I only got the discount because I enrolled there before. But if you are not, it's kind of like 110 or something. I don't know. If you are a fresh or new student, then you're gonna pay 110 per 2 hours. So just be ready financially. And yeah, I started my driving lesson June 28, 29, and 30, straight 3 days. And luckily, I have 3 days off on that day, so that's why I'm like, okay, don't schedule me. I'm not free, whatever. So yeah, and after that, my driver instructor is going to have a vacation for like 2 or 3 weeks. So we didn't do the driving lesson on that following week because I decided to schedule the Miller is the one who will schedule for you, which is your availability also, what day you want to do your drive test. And then after that, so I decided July 30, Friday. So 3 weeks before that, I request already a day off for July 30, so that I can do what I can do for the drive test. And then the second lesson is 27, 28, and 29. So on the 28th, I went to Miller to pay the 285 for the 3 days or for the 3 classes. And then on the 30th, the driver instructor picked me up earlier for the exam. So we went to different routes where the DMV were gonna, send me the possible route for the DMV test or the drive behind the wheel test. So take it seriously. Like, I'm a little bit scared and nervous, but I'm excited as well. So I'm like, okay, I really need to relax. I really do meditation, guys. So I play meditation every time I go for a lesson or driving lesson. So before that, an hour before that, I always do meditation, and it really helps me to relax my mind and to focus, And then right after that, my schedule is 2 o'clock p.m. So I decided 2 o'clock p.m. so that in the morning we can practice more before we going to do the behind the wheel. And then the driver instructor told me, it's okay if you fail, it's okay if you pass, much better. You're going to celebrate. If you fail, it's okay because at least you know what to do next, what is your mistake next, okay? So it's kind of like, don't worry. I know you get disappointed if you're going to fail, but it's a lesson learned. It's if you made an error, because right after that they're going to tell you what's your mistakes and you're going to improve that. Mine is changing lanes. That's my difficulty. Changing lanes in a fast pace, like 45 miles per hour. You don't need to slow down. You need to maintain your 45 miles per hour speed and then change lane. You have to just glide your steering wheel, not to turn. Okay, glide according to my driver instructor. And then, guys, if you're gonna go to Miller, look for Ernie Vasquez. So if you want to learn driving with, you know, he really helps you a lot. He really helps you a lot. He's not like makes you pressure. No, he will not pressure you. He just it's always like that, every single time. But yeah, it's nice to have an instructor who are very calm, because if your instructor is so like really upset right away if you made a mistake, so it's really hard. It's really hard, really. But for me, I feel like, oh my god, I made an error again. Oh my god, over and over again. But eventually, when I do the drive test, it's like I'm not. I'm nervous, but my the DMV person told me like, oh, you don't look scared or you don't look nervous, but deep inside my heart, I'm so nervous, right? And then it's like, okay, turn left when it's safe. So don't forget, guys, if you're going to do your behind the wheel, always look over your shoulder, because if you don't, you're going to fail. Okay, there's one area in the DMV route where no right turn to the red light. So there's we went there, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, okay. So we went there and then go back to the DMV. That would happen. So I'm so happy when he said, okay, today I'm gonna say you pass. I cry, literally cry. Like I can't believe I passed because I'm so nervous. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I did it. And I'm so happy. I'm really happy that, you know, that I passed, you know, and he tells me my error, my mistakes. So he said like gliding or changing lanes with, because I always slow down my speed limit, because I'm scared, because there's a lot of cars faster than me, because it's 45 miles per hour. So he said like to continue. All right, so to continue, look the rearview mirror, and then after that look behind your shoulder. If no cars, it's okay, it's fine, you're safe. And then if there's a lot of cars, you have to wait for them to pass if they are more faster than you. If their speed is faster than you, just wait, okay? All right, that's what he said. And also the reverse. When he told me like, oh, do reverse, I forgot, like if you do a reverse, guys, always, you know, hold the steering wheel tight. Don't move a little, because if you move a little, you tend to make your car go away or into the curb, you know. So it's really hard. Look, I did that for like 3 times. On the 3rd time, I made it perfectly. Like it's super straight, not near the curb, not away from the curb. It's there. It's totally perfect. Like you have to feel that you're already in that area. you know. And he said like, okay, go back to the DMV and park. So I parked to the DMV, and then I I parked the car. So yeah, that's what happened. He told me that's my mistakes or errors. So eventually I made it, guys. So if you are planning to take an exam, study is the key. So if you don't have the manual, there's go to their website, and they're gonna provide you manual there, but it's on your phone. And then right after that, study study more on the question and answer. Because if you fail that one 3 times, you're gonna go take it again, back to zero. You know what I mean? So yeah, you have to be prepared in taking the exam. So that's all I can share to you guys. I hope you learned something new, especially in your DMV journeys. So California DMV journey, I hope that it will help you. And yeah, God bless. Bye. Thank you.